radical preacher and spy war bomber. The Americans took him out with a drone in 2011. David was genius.
One more word, just over the dots.
Social media message.
Scrubbed it up. But you can't go around again later. Oh, cool. Any more anyway? Ben? You never bought a cigarette. It's all down to me. If I'm not. It's disgusting. No worse than inside your lungs if you keep on smoking. Put it in the bin.
And Quirk has a big problem with the moving down. How much does that culture inform the creativity of that period and the sense of writing identity? How much did it hold you back? It was a bit wild. James Joyce said that when he died, Dublin would be written on his heart. There's also a sense in which these writers actually wrote Dublin. Their works creatively is a Dublin of the mind. And I wonder if John Bandle
I can't talk about North, stop asking about everything. I don't believe in God, and I know Henry believes in God. And no harm Henry wants to see me come to. I believe in that.
Understand that having speaks and practice being done, and the appearance of really based and well anti-eye. It's here. I don't respond to tiny sandwiches, tiny cakes on a staircase now. The ironic the Friday evening posse crow was up in the country, all trees and sensible shares for very well out.
So this is day 3. Are you on schedule?
Yes, everything's going according to plan, and we've worked with a few film crews. So we've had to not just make sure that everything we're doing is okay, just making sure that the film crews want to film anything, that they're not anywhere near what we're doing at the moment. So the ropes and every area where we're bringing from and hanging from, they're out of bounds for anyone going to those ropes because the last thing we want is
the business now known as rent to rent. He takes on properties which landlords, for whatever reason, no longer want to manage. He doesn't buy the house, he rents it, and then sublets it to the maximum number of tenants he can, one to a bedroom, to cover his rent to the owner of the house and make a profit on top for himself.
We make about £1,000 net profit on this property.
£1,000 a month?
I've been for about 5 years.
And she could have done that.
I don't think that's a question that she could have done, but she was a very wealthy lady.
Right, she still could have done it.
Why she's a very wealthy lady, why she wants to go around the world with a boyfriend? You know, I hope somebody's doing what I do in 10 years' time when I want to go around the world with my wife.
The practice of rent to rent has been controversial. In London, we heard of cases where houses were subdivided and sublet without the property owner knowing. Kim says his owners all have legally binding agreements covering what he does. Kim's let-to-let business has had a boost from government reforms to housing benefit, because single tenants under the age of 35 now openly loyal isn't surprised by Alex's story.
Unfortunately, in shelter we hear stories like that every day.
And what's the effect of it?
It's the effect on children particularly is devastating. We come across children who have to move schools repeatedly, who have had to commute endless distances by bus or other public transport just to get to school. What we're calling for is just sensible, common sense improvements to the way that private renting works, so that tenants have a bit more security in their home, the knowledge that they'll be able to stay living in their homes, they abide by the tenancy conditions and they keep paying the rent properly, that they won't be thrown out at the moment's notice just because their landlord feels like they want to get the property back.
Buy-to-let landlords don't just enjoy light regulation and advantageous mortgages. Ashley Seeger, co-founder of the think tank The Intergenerational Foundation, says they enjoy generous tax breaks as well. He should know, as a buy-to-let landlord himself, he's benefited from them.
I've been a landlord for some years now, since well before the term buy-to-let was invented. And I've noticed over the years how little income tax I've had to pay.
The private renting sector pretty much the world has ever known. Whereas today, we have the least regulated that the world has ever known. And that is why we're tending to polarise debates between two extremes. The reality is that most places on earth achieve a far more sensible balance between extreme regulation and almost no regulation.
I still have to use the pushchair and take him to and from school. It's too long for him to walk.
Alex Toms, a young mum from Wivenhoe in Essex, is meticulous about paying her rent. But her experience as a tenant could hardly be more different from mine in the 1970s. There are no controls on her rent, her landlords can demand whatever rent the market will bear, and they can ask her to leave with just 2 months' notice. She's moved 5 times in the past 7 years, all but one of the moves being at the behest of her landlords. Alex would love a home of her own, but the cost of the repeated moves has made it tough to save a deposit. I joined her on her school run to pick up 3-year-old Seb. Just a few minutes from her door, we pass a nursery school. But Seb's not there. His placement was fixed up while Alex was at her previous address on the other side of town, and that's where Seb's school is too. After 20 minutes more walking, Alex points to a property across the road.
And this was the voting landscapes that we turn to next, and understanding that all the biodiverse animals
in Holland, they're just looking forward to welcoming the public on Friday, but tickets are still available, so if you like the food and the music, not just having the largest controversy, I'm thinking of that. I think it's